Leroy. Hey, guess what, dude? That's how you start a football season. Woo!
2 teams. Who are you more impressed with?
Dolphins.
Goosies.
Dolphins.
Because of who they played against?
Yeah, it was awesome. Yeah.
All
I mean,
right.
the Canes I'm impressed with very much, but no, the Dolphins was that was incredible. Dude, did you see the football around the league yesterday? How terrible it was?
Yeah.
The slot. I mean, you watch Cleveland, Cincinnati, Joe Burrow. Mr. Can't cross 100.
The weather was so bad.
The football was bad all over the place, and we're watching a different sport, dude, because Tua and Tyreek, the greatest drug in the sport. I mean, I can't get enough of it.
Daddy loves you guys.
I am so addicted to those two connecting. Leroy, it's so explosive. It's so much fun.
It is.
It's so much
and
fun.
then if you sleep on him, Waddle.
And now,
how about
he plays?
Whoa!
Hey,
great
were you shocked that's how much run Smythe got?
No.
Well, because he
Smythe's always good for 45.
He's always good for 45.
He's good for 40. He's good for a couple of. He's
Right.
just good for a few.
And Great Crab's going to catch a touchdown.
Of course.
Ooh.
Whoa, dude.
That's the most amazing thing.
It was such a good game yesterday. It was so much fun. I nearly wanted to murder Jason Sanders, respectively, figuratively, of course.
Yeah.
But I mean,
I know why. It's not because of Jason Sanders. Let me tell you why. Because there have been too many times in the past. Boom, 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 field goal, lose by 1.
Yes. And the defense hadn't done anything up to that point.
It's your scars that you projected onto Jason Sanders.
I know, but you know what? It's not my fault. It's one of those things with this team and the defense, dude. It was just at a point where
oh my goodness,
they couldn't stop anybody. I was so scared.
Hey, Fangs, feel free to use more pressure when you sitting back doesn't work.
Yeah, but you want to know something about the old? Old love dialing it up because they love an old school phone.
Jesus Christ.
They love an old school phone, so they love dialing it up when they need to. When you least expect it, the old love to dial it up.
Yeah.
And Fangs, right when it mattered, he just sent a mauling of pass rushers right at Justin Herbert, who's like, "It's a giant."
It really was.
It's a giant. And then
So many people.
he's just got Jalen Phillips. Jalen Phillips like, roughing the passer, this dude, roughing the passer, this, because I'm pretty sure he put him in this full Nelson headlock to spike him onto the ground.
Right.
But you can't call that at the end of a game.
No way.
Well, here's the other reason why you can't call it. Because they had done nothing to earn that, right? Justin Herbert had done nothing to get the benefit of that call.
Bum. Rode the coattails that entire game of Austin Eckler.
He's not a
bum.
He's not a bum.
The bum. Overrated. And let me tell you something right now, dude. Mike Tannenbaum. Justin Herbert over Tua. Oh, yeah? Would you? Good. That's why you're sitting at ESPN right now on television. And I'm going to tell you something right now, dude. I am watching all the rats. I'm watching Cowherd. I'm watching Tannenbaum. I'm watching Chris Sims. I'm watching Ryan Clark. I'm watching the rats trying to get back on the Tua ship.
Wow.
And let me tell you something, dude. You ain't allowed.
Did they do it in Jet Up?
Oh, dude. It was a party yesterday. I really can't get enough. Is Tyreek this Tyreek Hill? He's so fast.
But here's the deal.
Fast. He's so fast.
Here's the deal. If you're a Kansas City fan, are you going?
I was wondering that because you want to.
But here's the problem. They won the Super Bowl last year without it.
I know.
But
It's a
still,
good argument. It's a good argument.
It looks.
It's a good argument. I would ask. I have a couple of Kansas City fans, and we have, of course, Lorenzo from the He loves his Kansas City Chiefs.
Right.
I have Sean, who I do the Tapped Out show with. He's in Kansas City, and he's always like, "No, I don't miss Tyreek Hill." How do you not miss that? It's the most fun thing in sports.
How can you not say you? I mean,
I mean, the Super Bowl helps,
Wait.
but like,
Did win the MVP too. Did he win the
I
MVP
mean, but-
last year, right?
Yeah, but like when you see Kadarius Toney do what he did, and then you see Tyreek Hill just running around willy nilly.
Willy nilly. I got to tell
Daddy
you,
loves you guys.
there's two teams I look for stuff like that, like Kansas City, because I always wonder, you say you can do without somebody, and they say they won a Super Bowl, yes, but the team doesn't look the same.
I
It
just
really
think like,
doesn't.
how do you not miss that? That's all I'm saying.
Right.
Like, listen,
And the
you
other
could win.
team, Pittsburgh.
Oh, you bastards! I mean, they killed me. That was the one where I looked at my picks from this weekend. I'm just like, are you kidding me, Pittsburgh? I was doing
Let's review our picks.
no.
shall we?
All right, fine.
Here,
I have. I mean, you have them. All right, you got them. I know. The only team that won for me was the Dolphins. My first
Wow.
first pick. It was my only win.
So
That's not good. Dude.
No, it's not
here's
good.
here's a review.
That was a gamble too.
Hold on, what the hell?
It was very
Oh, you
close.
sent them to group chat.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, we don't have to. The
we
headlines
do.
brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Super Center, by the way. Why buy your truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks.
Yeah, we don't have to you don't
Oh,
have
yes,
to
we do.
recap them. It's
All right, so here were the picks. Tobin took Miami +3, Pittsburgh +3, the Jets +2.5,
oof.
Cincinnati -2,
Oof.
Oof.
and New Orleans -3.
Oof.
Oof.
All right. No,
I
New Orleans. Oh, -3, yeah.
No, mine. So they only won
And-
by one. In
and
spite of
I took-
in spite of Tannehill throwing 3 interceptions.
Baltimore -9.5,
Easy money.
Minnesota -5.5, Philly
That was your only
-4,
loss, right?
Dallas -3, and
Oh, my
Jacksonville
God.
-5.
Dude, could you imagine? Like, can we laugh at something for a second?
What?
Let's
Please.
just imagine paying. Think about this.
Uh-huh.
Imagine playing
Daniel Jones!
$40 million.
Marcos,
Yes.
which was my point entirely.
Wow.
Going into the game.
Yep.
40-0.
Wait a minute. You just paid Daniel Jones and didn't pay Saquon Barkley. How that's going to play out?
Leroy, they paid him $40 million to get 0 points.
Right.
0.
So the only one I lost was Minnesota.
Yeah. Which
And-
was pretty shocking. I gotta be
Which
honest
was
with you.
pretty,
Yeah.
of all the games
I thought that was
shocked
I wanted that game.
about- of all the games I'm shocked about.
Yeah, I wanted that
Like-
game. I could have. I could
And
have.
Baker Mayfield played well. So, but the problem with Baker is not that he can't play well, is that he's going to go up and down and up and down and up and down and up and down.
Mm-hmm.
So if you don't have a support behind him and try to figure out another way to win when he's not playing well, you're going to be in trouble.
Maybe he'll be new Jared Goff. This will be his rehab place. You know.
Jared Goff's
no, I know, but
it's
maybe
a
he
lot
will.
better. It looks a lot better than this,
Well,
right? He's throwing the ball. He
game-
threw for 4,000 plus
The
yards.
game yesterday where I was stunned. We were doing the pregame, and we're watching Steelers and 49ers on here. Which what an
First of all, is
Oof.
is it safe to say the 49ers might be the best team in the league, but because of their quarterback, they don't get credit?
maybe but
Because
dude,
they are
I was
wow.
not gonna lie. I did a little Purdy Santa to start the and then he's awesome. He's really
Yeah.
good. And Christian McCaffrey. I mean, my God,
That's my guy.
my God.
Guess
Yeah,
what?
he'll break.
I had the
eventually.
number 2 pick in the draft, and everybody was picking, the wide receivers. I'm like, why not pick both? I'll take Christian McCaffrey.
He's really good. He's good. There was at one point. This was the yardage difference. It was like I think 232 to 1.
Is it safe to say Najee Harris is done?
I don't know.
Because
Yeah.
he didn't have a good year last year.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't.
Now, it's hard to say because that defense is really good. Really good. So,
You talk about the Steelers defense?
no.
Oh,
San
49ers.
Francisco
Yeah,
49ers.
they're good.
Like, so
They're a good team.
They're a good team.
You know what else is a good team? Miami Dolphins.
Yes.
Fuck.
Yes. I just
Best show in the NFL.
But
Best
here's-
show in the
Yeah,
NFL.
best game.
We're playing a different game.
Best
Tua's
game of
out
the
here.
weekend.
He's throwing for 500.
5.
Tyreek Hill said, I'm going to have 2,000 yards. I thought he was trolling, but
Yep.
apparently not.
Maybe 3,000 now.
but here's the deal. I'm curious because last year they were much more aggressive, right? And I always thought that part of the reason why they were that aggressive is because they couldn't play zone and you know what I mean? And because you were getting picked apart.
You're talking about the defense?
The defense.
Okay.
You come out this year and you go zone, and it looks like the D-line is reacting and reading. So instead of rushing, they're like looking. And oh my goodness.
Yeah, it was a rough watch.
It was a rough watch.
It was a rough watch.
And then when they got in trouble, then they start being more aggressive, and lo and behold.
If it wasn't for it, look, the old need to figure things out sometimes. So I think Fangs is going to figure it out. But he's only got one more week. Otherwise, he's unnoticed.
Whoa.
Because he gets paid more.
Because he was a field goal away from being Fat Cat Fangs.
Wow.
Yeah, but he's not now. Now he was just saving it.
Right.
He was to dial it up. Wasn't he just like a few minutes ago?
He did dial it up because they won. But he was he was a field goal away from Fat Cat Fangs.
He had to, because at that point you had to force the issue. Now, my question is, and this is always how I look at why coaches don't do things, right? If you blitz, you got to play man-to-man. And I wonder if they have questions about, because X was grabbing and doing everything but covering.
I was so mad at Xavier Howard.
But that's my point. So if you have this information as a coach, you're like, I can't have these guys play man-to-man.
Did you see the patented Eli Apple celebration for a ball that was nowhere near him?
Oh, my God. Wait. It was hard to determine. Wait, it was hard, Marcos. The ball went into the first row.
Yeah.
Clearly, Herbert was throwing it away.
Yeah.
And
lockdown,
Eli Apple.
baby.
No!
Lockdown.
Lock it down,
Clamps.
Clamps.
I'm like,
Apple a day keeps the pass away.
I'm trying to be. So I'm like, yep, that's Eli Apple.
That's him. He's ours. That's our guy.
Right.
That's our boy. That's our guy.
33.
I really believe that from the looks of how they were playing early, they were afraid that they would get exposed if they played man-to-man. Right?
Man.
And we need these linebackers to be a little more stout.
I don't disagree with you. I think everybody needs to be a little bit more stout on that defense.
You can't.
But I'll tell you, stout. O-line, dude.
Oh, yes.
O-line,
but
dude.
yeah,
Without Armstead.
So what I was saying last week.
0 sacks.
What I was saying last
Wow.
week, before the season started, is like the thing you have to understand is they didn't go out and try to sign another offensive lineman. They didn't do pretty much anything, which meant to me they were pretty confident in the guys they had. And everybody could say what they want, or this guy's bad, or this guy's bad. But the Dolphins organization never flinched on these guys. So they must have saw something.
Mm-hmm.
And to see them play this week, you go, maybe these guys know what they're doing.
Well, the best news of all of it is Austin Jackson. Basically, you didn't hear from Joey Bosa yesterday, and Austin Jackson.
Right. And by the
one
way,
of your first round picks got hurt last year with the ankle, and he's.
By the way, we're not talking about a scrub defense either.
No.
You have 4 Pro Bowlers,
Highest paid safety.
Right?
And then you got that dummy J.C. Jackson who gave us pass interference.
For as good as that guy's been, he had 2 or 3 of the dumbest plays in football.
It was incredible.
The pass interference.
That was amazing.
How about him taking the interception out to the 4-yard line?
I friggin'
wow,
that was really dumb. That was underrated dumb.
Right.
And
then you take a knee, you get it on 25, because you keep in mind they punted and the Dolphins got the ball on 36-yard line.
I love Mike McDaniel. I love his onions. Wheelbarrow Mike was back. He's going, 4th and 7, let's go for it. I love him. And then
we call that no man's land.
He's like, you know what? Let's call a timeout. Let's see what we can do with 9 seconds. And you know what he does with 9 seconds? He gets a dummy cornerback to give him 3 points.
That's let's just
good coaching.
Think about this. Everybody in football takes that into the half.
Everybody.
He says, you know what? Hey, let's kick the tires on this.
I love that about him.
Right.
I love that about him.
He took a chance. Now, can I give you the opposite of that?
Mm-hmm.
We were up 21-7 in the championship game at halftime. I mean, and we had the ball on our 10-yard line with a minute left and 3 timeouts. So we're highfalutin, right?
Yeah.
Drop back, sack fumble, they score, go into the Locker room 21-14.
Damn.
Right.
Hmm.
So, like, when I see that, I get
a little queasy.
Yeah, but yeah, man, he took a chance. Like, and the thing is that he got a nice little chunk on the first play.
Yeah.
Right. And so now you're just
That's all they do is get chunks.
right. So yeah.
Man, what a day. Lots to celebrate. If you guys want to call in 305-567-0560, we'll hear a little bit from Tua, Tyreek, Mick coaching. We got a Canes win to celebrate. We got a Marlins series victory to celebrate. We got Coco Golf to celebrate. It's all happening for us, baby. We got a Pinks win without Messi. We can win without Messi. We can win without Messi.
I didn't know that was possible.
We can win without him.
You also played the worst team in MLS.
Okay.
Win's a win.
All right.
I thought we were the worst. Not
Oh,
anymore.
Yeah, true.
Back after this.
Goosies galore.
Oh, touchdown! Touchdown! The Dolphins have recaptured the lead.
Oh, Kevin Harlan, baby. I need Kevin Harlan on every Dolphins game. He makes it hit, like, he just makes it slap more, dude. You know?
It's
He's
the
so
voice.
good, dude.
He's so good. He's so good. And especially, like, he's got to love calling Tua and Tyreek. I mean, it's addicting. I love watching these guys in action. I love watching what these two do.
You know what was interesting after the game?
Mhm.
The comment section is usually very negative, always.
Yeah.
I went on the YouTube comment section to watch the highlights again because the game was just so amazing. Every single person in that comment section was like, Dolphins are the most exciting team.
Yeah.
That was the best game of week 1.
Because everybody else around the league, it's slop. You're seeing like nothing but like 16-15s, 20-9s. Leroy was watching Burro throw for 80 yards.
The weather was
I think you have to
so
give back the
bad,
paycheck
though.
after that.
That was
so-
bad.
The weather
Perfect
was so
timing.
bad. So bad. In fact, we had, like I said, I have a group chat with some former players, and one of the defensive guys said, they need to throw it more. I said, I'm muting you out of the chat.
You banned.
It's pouring.
You
Can I
banned.
just say, look, I don't participate in fantasy football because I suck. But there's one league that I have to because like we've been doing it for so long. Long story short, it auto drafted. These are my picks. Cooper Kupp out for the season,
Oof.
and my quarterback Joe Burrow. And I'm like, what the hell is going on that Joe Burrow has like 2 points? What is going on?
Something about him versus the Browns, dude.
Can't
Something
get
about
past
him
Yeah,
versus-
they're
the
like
Battle of
5-1.
Yeah, he's not good against that team. It's a very strange thing. But no, like everybody else was week 1 muck, and the Dolphins were drugs. Because like even the Chargers was like, it was just frustrating because they were like, it was all run. It was all running. Justin Herbert had like 2 throws that were cool.
Right.
But yeah, same, very Tannehill-esque from old Justin Herbert. Just saying.
I got to tell you, there's a couple of
Gotta say, not impressed.
who like
Okay.
take
Not
Tua out,
impressed.
take Tua out of it.
Hmm.
Who were you like when you see the stats throughout football? You go,
Love? Jordan Love?
well, I told you that.
You did, but you asked me a question.
No, Richardson.
Yeah, he was having a nice game, but he had a really bad pick to end it.
Really?
Like
Okay.
he had a chance to take him over the top, and he's a rookie. Like, but
right.
Richardson threw an awful. All the rookies were bad yesterday.
How about Ridley?
Who?
Ridley, the
Yeah.
wide receiver. Back, I mean, the year off.
Yep. But yeah, Richardson got off to a nice start. Really bad ending.
Okay.
Yeah, but probably Love, probably Love, probably Purdy. I mean, those
Yeah.
those
And it's not for lack of listen, I'll say this. Purdy, I'm less shocked because we've seen him do it and we just wondered if he's that good or he's just
right.
got a little groove going. So that was proven. He can play. But Jordan Love, I had never seen it, but I gave that organization the benefit of the doubt because they've had a Hall of Fame quarterback under center for the last 25 years.
It's just so
And we said the same thing. I don't know if you guys remember when they got rid of Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers became the quarterback. We're saying the same things we said now about Jordan Love. So I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt till proven otherwise.
it's just with the Dolphins, Marcos. It's like you're not used to this, like it's still new. It's still just last year. And the other thing is, dude, Tua he hasn't played since Christmas Eve, a real game.
Right.
And he's so much fun. Tyreek Hill's so much fun. And you're not used to this because, like, the last time you had this type of star was Ricky. Like, oh, that's must-see offense.
Right.
And that was, but this aerial attack, when you're seeing he's doing numbers the likes of Dan Marino, which, first of all, shout out to Dan Marino. I mean,
yeah.
ahead of his time.
Hey, by the way,
Hmm?
that commercial, the coming out of
Oh,
the
okay.
it's
so good.
It's hilarious.
That is good.
But
when he takes do you see the one where he takes the reading glasses because he can't read the little armband?
But yeah, man, I just think that everybody just doesn't know what to do with their hands when you get in there and you watch these guys, because Leroy, I mean, they basically, what did they punt once yesterday?
Yeah.
And they had, I mean, the Connor Williams I wanted ousted.
Oh,
It should have
my
been the
God,
score
dude.
could have been a lot
God.
worse because the first drive they went down the field.
Yeah. And still, it was amazing to see. Can I hear a little bit from Tua? This was, of course, him versus Justin Herbert. Tua now up 2-1 in the all-time series. And here is Tua on facing his draft counterparts.
I don't look at it as, hey, I'm competing to be better than this person, better than that person. My job is plain and simple, and it's to help our guys win a football game and help our guys, or help lead our team to where we want to go to, and that's the Super Bowl. So I don't look at it, in that sense, and I don't look at it as this guy's doing this guy's doing that. We're all different players. Joe plays different than the way I play. Jay Herb, he plays different than the way I play. And so you take it for what it is, and you're not playing against them. You're playing against their defense.
Woo-hoo-hoo!
Read between the lines.
What you
guys.
got, Jay Herb? And when I say
That's a terrible nickname, by the way.
and when I
Jay
say
Herb.
and when I say play different, I mean not as good as me. That's what I mean.
Outdueled him, dude.
The only thing that could ever stop me is head health, and other than that, I'm the greatest thing that's ever stepped on a football field. This guy's so good. I mean,
good.
you know what the crazy thing is? Like, people thought this kid wasn't good,
Who?
and Tua.
Oh,
People
that's-
actually,
you know what?
and these dummies have to look at him and be like, man, most fun thing in the sport, him and Tyreek Hill.
You know what sucks? Here's what sucks. What sucks about this Tua conversation is that to say some of the things people say about Tua, you have to ignore the actual stats, right? But if I take those stats and put them on any other name, I give Mac Jones the same stats Tua had. He'd be the greatest quarterback since
But
Tom
do
Brady.
people realize, like, he's been more this in his career, going
Right.
back to Alabama, than he's been having the struggles.
But that's
the thing that's crazy. Like, this is the guy that we wanted to tank for years for. That's what this guy is. When he was revolutionized, Alabama used to be giant running back and will maul you 24-14. But then Tua comes along, and it's like the whole aerial show that he did that.
Right.
And so, yeah, man, it's awesome to see all of this come around for him, because you know the work that he's put in, you know the obstacles that he's put through. He's just genuinely just seems like a great dude, and
that might be part of, like, and I say this all the time. It's easy to pick on somebody like Tua because you're not really going to get a response, so you think you can go at it free willy.
yeah. But now
Right.
I'd appreciate it if everybody kept his name out of your mouth.
Right. But here,
That's what I would appreciate.
I don't care.
We can get scrappy. You want to get scrappy? We can get scrappy.
Whoa.
We can get scrappy.
Okay.
here's the problem, right? Like, I have no respect for anybody that'll look at stats and not take them for what they are. The stats are actual facts, and they try to explain off the facts so they can make their point of Tua not being amongst some of the better quarterbacks in the league.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know,
him and Tyreek Hill have spent a lot of time atop the passing and receiving
right?
marks through their tenure together. What's going on, RVA Richie?
Good morning, Twitch fan. Good morning, Tobin. Leroy.
We're Dolphins now. Now we're doing it with the Dolphins.
Oh, we missed it, dude. What a weekend.
Oh, absolutely. What a different Tua yesterday. He fell down nicely. It was not scary, but the fangs were left on the kit and the bathroom nightstand because I didn't see them.
He put the wrong teeth in.
Yes, sir. The fangs were left. They were left on the night.
I just
on
think-
the nightstand or in the bathroom.
I just think here's what happens. Sometimes coaches try to project what's going to happen, right? And they try to plan a game plan without really knowing for a fact that that's going to happen.
You know,
And so they went into that game thinking, you know, with all these big receivers, we're not going to be able to just match up with them.
Well, did you notice something? I don't know if RB originally noticed this, but did you notice during the game? First of all, it was overwhelming Dolphins fans. Like,
it was so loud.
I don't know what
It
Chargers.
was amazing.
I don't know how many Chargers fans there were, but there were a lot of Dolphins fans. Like the loudest cheer I heard was the intentional grounding all day.
It was West Coast Miami Dolphin Stadium. Honestly, it was so impressive.
But the thing that I find interesting is, do you notice what LA does to try and counter that? They play really loud techno music, and you got to be honest with you, the old hate techno music, and he probably was just disturbed because the old don't like noise, and he's like, it's noise, it's not music. So I think that's really they rattled fangs. I think with their terrible music, RVA Richie.
Yeah, I think so too. Thank you guys. Back in Richmond.
All right, see you, buddy. There you go. If you guys want to get in, 305-567-0560. It's a party day. We got to celebrate some Canes too. That was a hell of a performance.
Yes,
this weekend against Texas A&M.
I think the thing I'm most impressed with the Canes is how resilient they were.
Yeah,
because that game did not start off well at all. They stuck with it. I could still do without the little guys getting too swaggy.
Oh, James
right?
Williams, that's my guy. I like him.
Getting a little too swaggy.
I like him.
And
I was so happy that targeting call. I hate targeting so much.
But it wasn't targeting.
It wasn't. But I was so happy that
first of all, he hit him across the chest with his head, and you can't help it if the offensive guy drops his head, which is a natural reaction.
All right, we'll take a quick break. We'll get to some of your calls. So you guys calling in 305-567-0560. It's a party here today on Tobin and Leroy. Also got a really cool giveaway I want to tell you guys about coming up next as well. Back with more after this.
Previously on
Tobin and Leroy.
I'd appreciate if you kept my name out your mouth.